Welcome back. Looking to tennis first, Roger Federer ended Novak Djokovic's 41 match-winning streak with a 7-6, 6-3, 3-6, 7-6 victory to set up a French Open final meeting with old rival Rafa Nadal. Djokovic went off the rails as the third-seeded Federer raised his game to new heights to reach his fifth final at Roland Garros and his first Grand Slam final since last year's Australian Open. The 16-times Grand Slam champion recovered from a breakdown in the opening set, which he bagged by winning the tie-break 7-5. Meanwhile, Rafa Nadal blowed Andy Murray off court with a 6-4, 7-5, 6-4 win to reach the final. The Spaniard outplayed the Briton fourth seed in a 3-hour, 17-minute display of power and stamina as he set up a much-awaited showdown with Federer. And China's Lina overcame Maria Sharapova 6-4, 7-5 on Thursday to reach the final, where she will meet defending champion Francesca Schiavone of Italy. Lina, who is aiming to become the first Asian to win a Grand Slam singles title, raced into a 3-0 lead in the first set, breaking 3 times as Sharapova struggled for rhythm. Schiavone put in a typically battling display to reach the French Open final again with a 6-3, 6-3 win over home hope Marion Bartoli. FIA President Jean Todt left the Royal Automobile Club headquarters in Barcelona on Friday after the governing FIA board decided the Bahrain Formula One Grand Prix will go ahead on October 30, with India moving to the end of the season. No date was set for the inaugural Indian race, which was originally scheduled for October 30, but it is most likely to be December 11, which would be the latest finish to a championship since 1963. A source present at the meeting in Barcelona told Reuters that a vote on Bahrain had been unanimously in favour. Shaquille O'Neal formally announced his retirement on Friday, ending a professional career in the National Basketball Association that spanned nearly 2 decades. O'Neal had revealed his intentions to quit on Twitter 2 days ago, but made it official during a news conference at his Florida home that was broadcast live on US television. O'Neal joked at the top of his news conference about getting an imaginary call from the New York Knicks president about a general manager job. He also dropped hints about being ready for a sports commentary job. During his career, O'Neal played for 6 NBA teams.
I have the privilege of playing for 6 great organizations. I want to thank everyone associated with these organizations, the owners, the management, trainers, equipment managers, ball boys, stadium security, and the list goes on. You all contributed to my success, and I thank you very much.
Repsol Honda's Casey Stoner was fastest in the second practice session of the Catalunya MotoGP in Barcelona on Friday. The Australian beat out the Italian pair of Marco Simoncelli of San Carlo Honda Gresini and Repsol Honda's Andrea Dovizioso, who gained a last-minute third place from Spain's Jorge Lorenzo of Yamaha. Stoner set the early fast lap in the rainy practice conditions, with most riders lapping close to 8 seconds slower than the first practice session times. And finally, in sports news, American Steve Stricker took control of the Memorial Tournament in sensational style on Friday, making an ace on his penultimate hole that put him 2 strokes clear before he signed off with a birdie. That gave the world number 8 a 5-under par 67 in the second round and a 3-shot lead. Stricker struck a 6-iron from 186 yards at the par 3 8th, his 17th hole, and watched as his ball rolled straight into the cup. He had been 2 shots off the pace overnight, then rolled in a 15-foot birdie putt at the 9th to complete a back 9 of 6 under 30 for a 9-under total of 135. Northern Ireland's Rory McIlroy, Australian Rod Pampling and Americans Ricky Barnes and Jonathan Bird were tied for second under 6 under. And finally this evening, with World Environment Day approaching, sculptor Mark Koreth and his team sculpted a life-size polar bear out of a 10-ton block of ice in an attempt to draw more attention to global warming. The bear, which took approximately 6 hours to finish, isn't likely to survive for more than a day or two. Made of solid ice, the sculpture will slowly melt into a great puddle of water under Sydney's 20-degree winter sun. And as it melts, Korath hopes that it will remind people of what global warming is doing to the planet and its animals. London-born Korath has travelled the world with his ice bear sculptures since 2009. Friday's stop was his first in the Southern Hemisphere and the furthest from the Arctic, the polar bear's natural habitat. Once the sculpture has melted, a life-size bronze skeleton will be revealed. With that, let's take a look at the local and international weather forecast for tomorrow. Before we head out, here are the top stories again. Ruler of Dubai to open Metro Green Line in September. Seychelles receives 215 million dirham in loans and grants. And endangered corals and turtles seized in Manila. Well, that brings us to the end of the bulletin. As always, please feel free to get in touch with us at news@city7tv.com or by calling us on 04367 2230, and do join our Facebook page. But from the entire news team, it's goodbye for now.